Hey folks, Carrie here. Today I want to talk to you about social media, YouTube and Facebook, and the things that they are doing to certain people. The reason I thought of making this video right now is because I just came across this video here of this guy with his girlfriend that has a YouTube channel, and they're upset because they just got a strike on YouTube and they're in jeopardy of losing their YouTube channel. They have 1.26 million subscribers, and so they post a lot of videos. So, when you post a lot of videos, a small percentage of them may have something that YouTube deems against their community standards. And so, they have the 3 strikes and you're out policy, where you get 3 strikes and they just close down your account. So imagine what that could do to somebody who has 1.26 million subscribers. And these guys do this to make money. I mean, their channel is monetized. But, it's a good thing because, they're bringing over 1 million subscribers to YouTube every day in order to see their channel. Basically what these guys do is they take content that's already on YouTube and then they just review it and make funny jokes and stuff like that. And so this is the second time that I've seen this couple in this position where they've made a video because they're upset because they were worried about losing their channel because of strikes that they've gotten from YouTube. In the previous video, the girl, his girlfriend Tina, looked like she had been crying, and but one lucky thing, I guess, for them, because they have so many subscribers, somehow they have a contact at YouTube that they can speak to. Same thing happened with this other guy, Anomaly. Just over a month ago, Anomaly had his Facebook live stream banned for a month. And let's see, on this channel here on YouTube, he's got 180,000 subscribers. And so he probably has a lot of subscribers on Facebook too. And so somehow he has a direct contact at Facebook that he could talk to. And he found out, the reason for his ban was because of a comment that he made 2 years ago about how he approved of this sign of peace about a Muslim guy and a guy from the other side wanting to meet in the middle and get together and talk over their differences. So he figured, oh, that's a good thing. And so he posted that, and then Facebook decided to go back into his post 2 years prior and say, oh, well, because you said this, we're going to ban you from your live streams for 1 month. And so obviously he was very upset, and he made a video about it. So I've been through the same situation, both on Facebook and YouTube. First it was on YouTube. I had this channel here, and I had a lot of stuff on here where I started out as a personal page, and then I started posting videos from my tour company of us like snorkeling and stuff like that. And then I decided, well, some of the stuff that I had on here from my personal stuff is kind of controversial, and I didn't want it to be mixed in with my my company stuff. And so I created another account under another email address, and was in the process of trying to move that content over to the other channel so that I could separate the two. So I don't know what they hit me for. I don't know if they hit me for that because technically you're not allowed to have two accounts. That's one of the rules, is you're not allowed to create a separate account. But I mean, I did this, for my company. About the same time too, I had left a comment where I was debating somebody on an issue, and I think it's possible that they didn't like what I said, and they may have reported me. But the thing is that at this time, YouTube had a 3 strikes and you're out policy. Well, they never even gave me a warning. And so what they did was they, sent me a notification saying that I was banned, and they just, so because I had the 2 channels, they totally closed down the one channel, and then the other channel, this channel here, which is still up, I have no access to. So I created the YouTube account before I ever got a Google account. But then later, Google bought YouTube, and then Google has this thing where whenever you log in, they ask you for additional information, like in case you get locked out, they ask you for a second email address. Well, I gave them that email address that I had created that other account under. It was the only other email address that I had. And then they linked the 2 emails together. So then, as I would log out of the one YouTube account to go over to the other YouTube account in order to, to move my videos and playlists and things like that to the other one, as I would log out of one and log into the other one, and then log out of that one and log back. They shut it down and they totally deleted the one account, but then this account is still up. But because they banned me, because you have to kind of go through Google in order to get to YouTube, so you use your login for Google in order to get to your YouTube account. So whenever I log in to try to go to the YouTube account, it gives me an error saying that you're banned from using this platform. So I can't even log in to go there. But the weird thing is that all of these videos are still up, and you can see that, the last time I was able to post a video was like 2 years ago in January, so it's coming up on 3 years. So the videos are still there. People are still watching the videos. As a matter of fact, I get email notifications from when people leave comments on the YouTube videos, but I have no way to respond to those comments. I can't log in to upload more videos or even delete the videos that are there now. Not that I would really want to. I would like to just have the account back. But when I got banned, I appealed it, and I just got a canned response, like a pre-written response that basically just said, "Oh, you violated our community standards," but nothing specific. And so I tried literally 50 times to try to get them to give me some kind of answer as to, even what was it that I did wrong. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was because I had the 2 accounts or because somebody disagreed with a comment that I left. But, I mean, I didn't even get a warning. They just, boom, you're banned. And so more recently I've had a similar thing happen on Facebook. So I have a Facebook page, different from my personal page. And this one it's called Hawaii Elections. And so what I do is, this one is, the reason I made this was to give more light to candidates who were not the mainstream candidates. You always get like the top 2 that get all the news coverage. And so this was going to be a way for the lesser known candidates to get more light. And so what I did was I would use the candidate registration off of the web page for all of the candidates that registered to become a candidate, the candidate filing report. And I followed all of the candidates on their Facebook pages. And what I would do is each day I would go through and visit their Facebook pages, and then whatever they shared to their Facebook page, I would then share to this Facebook page, so that my followers, who were Hawaii residents, would see those posts by those other candidates, and that would give them a better feel for what these people support, and help them decide who to vote for. And I did it without bias. I just shared practically everything that they shared straight over to the page. So actually, this is the new Facebook layout. And so before, when it was different, there was a thing called the page feed. So you could follow people as your page. And then whenever they would post something, that would get sent to your feed. And so I could just go to, people liked by this page, and then go to feed, and then whatever the most current things that they had posted would go through that feed, and it was really easy. That way I didn't have to go to every single person's page. But I found that only about the most recent 50 people that were added to the people liked by this page would even get sent to the feed, and there was well over 100 candidates. So what I ended up doing was making bookmarkers. So over here on the left, all of these Facebook icons here, these are I made the bookmarks for all of the candidates, and so now I can go straight to their page. I mean, it's more of a hassle. I have to go straight to their page and then look at what the most recent stuff is, and try to remember the stuff that I've already shared, and share it to this page. But so then this happened. I got a notification on June 24th that it says your page has reduced distribution and other restrictions because of repeated sharing of false news. People will also be able to see if a page has a history of sharing false news. Violations. Content is being seen by fewer people because it was rated false by multiple independent fact checkers. So what they've done is they've purposely restricted my feed. So the things that I share to this page or post to this page are not being sent out to the followers of this page like it normally would. So they're purposely throttling that because I shared things that they deemed or their fact checkers deemed as false. So if you click on it, it shows you the things that I shared. So 2 of the items were about wearing face masks. And these postings were from back in March. And then there's a YouTube video up here which I can't even see what it was because YouTube has also deleted that video. But the 2 postings about the face mask, this was back in March. They went all the way back in June. They went all the way back to my posts in March in order to try to find something that I had violated in order to close my page down. And at that time, at least in February, Dr. Fauci himself was saying, I mean, there's an interview, and you can see the quote. You can watch the video for yourself. At that time, Dr. Fauci was saying people should not be walking around wearing face masks. I think maybe he said that at the time because he didn't want to use up all of the face masks so that there would be a shortage for the hospitals or whatever. But that was what was being said at that time. And another thing, too, is that almost 100%. So, maybe 95, somewhere between 95 and 99% of the things that I post to this page are shares from the political candidates. Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Green Party, Aloha Aina Party here in Hawaii. So I'm just sharing what they said. So if they shared something that was false, and then I shared it to this page so that my followers could see that, hey, this is what this guy is saying, that shouldn't be my fault. Obviously, now that I know this, I can be more careful, but it's too late. I didn't get a warning. Just boom, we're restricting you. And there's no recourse. I have no means of recourse. There's nothing on here where I can repeal or anything. The only option is, was this information helpful? Yes or no? And I've clicked no, and nothing happens. There's no way for me to contact them to dispute this. And I don't know if it's indefinite, because this happened in June and it's now September. I made this post that I've pinned to the top of the page. This was 6 days ago. And just to show you, where are my people reached? Anyway, I was looking for the number of page likes and followers. It's close to it was close to 2,000 at the time that this happened. Right now, I'm losing followers. It's 1,937 followers. It was getting close to 2,000 because I had paid Facebook like $250 in advertising for the page in order to get more followers. Let's see, page views, reach. So oh, it's not showing. Oh, further back. There. You see that that dark orange spike here? So the light orange is organic post reach. And oh, it is letting me go further back. There was a couple of times where I paid for advertising. You can see the orange there, and then that orange there, where I paid for advertising, and then that got me a lot more. So this dark orange here, these are times that I actually paid Facebook for advertising in order to try to get more followers. And so you see that big spike right there where it went up to over 2.5K post reach. And then June 24th is about there. See where organic goes from 214 and it drops down to 62. That's when they banned me or restricted my reach. So on this day here, I only had 62 post reach. So people only looked at out of almost 2,000 followers, only 62 of there was only 62 times that people looked at things that were posted on the page. And so there was a big one here where I was sharing information about a hurricane that was passing by, and it spiked because the followers were probably sharing those things to their friends, and so we got a lot of post reach because of that. But since then, it's been dwindling off. And now if you look, that post that I pinned to the top of the page 6 days ago, in 6 days, that post has only been seen by 23 people. So, like I said in the post here that I pinned to the top, it's a real shame that Facebook is throttling this page based on things that were shared back in March. Besides sharing the post of the Hawaii candidates so that the followers can make a more informed decision, this page has also been a resource for things like how to get your stimulus money, times and locations of food drives, and COVID testing, hurricane updates, etc. Since I was following the candidates so closely, it was easy for me to pass that information on to this page. Now, despite having over 1,900 followers on this page, the average post is seen by just 6 people. One way you can help is to share these items with your friends. So yeah, that's true. I mean, like posts that I've posted, oh, this one's got 17, this one's got 8, this one's got 2, and 2, 8, 6, 32, 9, 5, we're going further back, 11, 24, 8, 13, out of, over 1,900 followers, and those were going further back in time, so people have had plenty of time to try to look at them. So it's just really scary. I mean, like in the case of that couple, I mean, that's what they do to make money. This guy too, he's a rapper, but he's really good at talking about politics and stuff, and he's kind of down the middle as far as his bias. And then these guys, they just review funny videos, but they've got 1.25 million subscribers, and so that's how they make money. And so they have 2 strikes right now, and if they get one more strike, then their platform is shut down. But at least in their case, they have a way to contact YouTube, and the same thing with that guy Anomaly. Somehow, because he has so many followers, like over 250,000 followers, he has a direct contact with Facebook. But I mean, this is a trend. It's happening to a lot of people, and it's like Facebook and YouTube. I mean, YouTube has kind of a monopoly on videos. I mean, when this happened, I got really upset, and I started a Vimeo account, but you're just not going to have the same amount of followers on there. Same thing with Facebook. That was the straw. When Facebook did this to me, that was the straw that made me start a, what's it called? Parler. Yeah, I started a Parler account. But then you go there and you have no followers and there's nothing for you to do. So it's kind of like how Facebook was back when everybody was on MySpace, and all my friends were sending me invitations for Facebook, and I logged into Facebook, and in the beginning it was like, okay, I'm on here, now what do I do? So it's the same thing with like Parler and MeWe and all of the new ones that are trying to challenge these big platforms like YouTube and Facebook, which have become, basically a monopoly on social media and video sharing. And they've kind of become, the commons, a political, like a place where you can go, kind of like the town square, where if you wanted to go voice your opinion about something, if you wanted to address your government about a problem or something like that, I mean, yeah, you can still write your congressman and stuff like that, but if you want to put your voice out there for people to hear, that's the way to do it now. 'Cause people don't go to a town square to do these kind of things anymore, but if they do, then, I don't know, lately they turn violent into protest, and then the police come and stuff like that. But So it's like they're stifling voices, and there does seem to be kind of a bias as to who they stifle and who they don't. That's one of the things that these guys here are talking about, is that the things that they're getting strikes for, they're seeing those kinds of things on YouTube over and over, and they're saying, hey, look, we shared the video that is on, we got the strike for this video, and that video is still on YouTube and has 1 million views. So how can we get a strike for using it when the actual video itself hasn't gotten a strike?
Like, put yourself in my shoes. If you were to watch this video, like, before getting the strike, would you know that this was animal abuse?
In your shoes, I would see that. I'm like, okay, so YouTube allows these videos with millions of views of like insects getting this done. I don't think this...
That video was about a guy who ate a hornet's nest. And they deemed that animal abuse and gave them a strike for it. It's ridiculous. And another thing that they go on to say shortly after this, I don't want to get in trouble for playing their video, but I forgot what I was going to say. Let's see what he says.
This is the worst thing that someone has done to an insect. Yes, it's gross, right?
Yeah.
But I would have been like, but I've seen it on YouTube. So I think by YouTube rules, it should be okay, right?
Oh, yeah. He talks about how if you follow the rules, if you were to go and read the rules, they can be interpreted so many different ways. It's so open to interpretation that everything is against the guidelines. So they can get you no matter what.